Good morning. It's Travels with Dottie. And guess what? It's June. It's June 1st. And Dottie and I are going for a walk. You should be able to see her. Me in the corner again. And so there are a number of things I'm going to talk to you about today. RV stuff. First, I'll tell you the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a very long video I just released yesterday on an option for, like a permanent home base here in Pahrump. It's the Escapees RV park, the co-op, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to talk about a couple of accessories that I have that I'm using here. One is my Blink wireless camera system. Another one is a leveling monitor for leveling my trailer. And the other thing I'm going to talk to you about is my thermostat. And what could possibly be exciting about the thermostat? Well, you'll see. So the first thing is I have wireless cameras, both inside and outside my trailer. There's no monthly fee associated with this. It's just I bought the hardware and the cameras are connected to my Wi-Fi. And I have the interior ones mostly for checking on the pets when I'm out somewhere. It'll not only show me what the pets are doing, but it'll give me the temperature. And it'll also, I can set it to send me a temperature alert if the temperature gets above or below a certain amount. So it gives me peace of mind when I'm away from the trailer. I don't have to worry about Dottie and George. Now outside is a different story. I have two cameras, I have three cameras that are outside. And every time I go to a camp, I set them up differently. Generally hide the camera somewhere so it's not in plain sight. And all of these cameras have the ability to be triggered by motion. So at night, if there's someone outside my rig messing around, it's going to trigger and I'll be able to see what's going on. It gives me peace of mind that everything outside is secured. And if I miss something and something happens, something gets stolen, I'll have a recording of it. So that's pretty cool. So here I have two cameras inside. This first one here is a little fancy. I can control it, rotate it. It's probably a little bit of overkill, but I can see pretty much everything. Then I have this one here that is down a little bit lower, and it's like right in front of Dottie's bed, which is where she's going to be 99% of the time. Outside at this camp, I have one attached to the outside of the trailer here, this one, that goes straight out, facing out from the front door. And I have this one here that is a side view of the front. And I have this one back here that is the side view of the back. So I have everything pretty much covered. And I'll put links down and how much all this stuff costs. It's not very expensive. Now, the next couple of things are real luxury items, let me tell you. The thermostat, it's a little pricey. The main advantage of it is it gives me access and control wirelessly from anywhere. This is what it looks like on the wall. And this is a shot of the iPhone app where I can control it. And this also will send me alerts by temperature if temperatures get too high or too low. So I've got kind of get double protection there. And for example, let's say it's warm and I leave Dottie and George inside, and I'm pretty sure that I've turned on the air conditioner and I'm out and about 20 miles away, and I get a temperature alert. I'm like, why is it so hot? So I go and I head onto the thermostat and I see, oh no, I forgot to turn on the air conditioner, or air conditioner, there was a power fluctuation or something, the air conditioner cut off. I can activate it, turn on the air conditioner and correct the problem. Again, peace of mind for my pets. And final gadget kind of thing here is one of the pain in the neck things to do when you come to a new site with your trailer is getting it level. And what I was doing before I had this would be I would back it up. I'd go back, open my door, take out like a carpenter's level and see how far off I am. I'd make an adjustment and back again, trying to make it level. And I'd get out of the car again, go back, open the door, put down the level. Did I do it? Another adjustment. It could take a really long time. This, well, it's actually, I'm going to give you two gadgets that I have. The first one I'll show you is, instead of blocks, I'm using this device here that goes under both the tires on one side, on the side that's going to be low. And as I back up, it will raise incrementally. And the second gadget, this thing that's sitting on the wall here, communicates through Bluetooth. It's got leveling sensors for front and back and side to side. And it transmits back to my iPhone. And here's the screen on the iPhone. So as I back up, I know precisely when to stop when I'm level from side to side. I stop, I put it in park, I get out, I chalk the wheel where it stands, then I raise the tongue jack while looking at with the phone in my hand, and I raise the tongue jack to the level, to the markers where it shows it's level front to back. So that's a huge time saver. So I'll put a link to that as well, to both those things. The last thing I want to talk to you about is this Escapees RV Park Co-op, which I knew a little bit about. I knew the basics, but I had a lot of unanswered questions. So what I did was I went out and I found somebody to interview and give me a tour, and I got all my questions answered. One thing about, you know how much, guys, I love Preferred RV Resort where I am now and the background that you're seeing. There is a restriction. There are a couple of restrictions. One is that you can only stay 9 months per year here. So it's not really a good option if you are to the point where you want to stop traveling and you want to stay in one spot, maybe for medical reasons or whatever. You really can't count on doing that here. Also, membership here does not entitle you to a particular site. It's whatever sites might be available when you show up. Dottie just stopped walking. Are you getting tired, Dottie? Come on, let's go this way. Dottie, please. Please, let's go this way. Come on. Dottie gets a little stubborn sometimes. All right, well, where was I? So just to review, if you buy the membership here from the office, it's approximately $5,000, and it's $325 a year for the maintenance fee. And you get, basically it's $15.75 a day to stay here. That's under $500 a month. Now, there is every year you get 35 days that all you have to do is pay what they call the utility fee, which is like $6.75. But after that 35 days, it's $16.75. So for all intents and purposes, we're talking just under $500 a month, including utilities, full hookups, for 9 months. And if you were going to stay in Pahrump the whole year, technically you would have to. They do make exceptions occasionally, but technically, according to your agreement, you would have to be out of the park for 3 months. So you go down the street to another park, which will be, with utilities, will be a couple $100 more than the $500. You'll pay in the summer, about $700 a month, maybe $600 in the winter months when you don't have the electric as high. So, and it's a very nice park. It's a great location. Now, this other park, this Escapees park, it's called Pair of Dice. I know it sounds, if you say it fast, it sounds like paradise, but it's pair of dice, like dice that you gamble with. It's a co-op, and they allow you basically the legal thing is you're leasing a spot from them, and you're leasing it from them permanently. And you are obligated to pay the electric bill, and you are obligated to pay a maintenance fee, which right now is $1,400 a year. That's all you pay. That's it for the whole year. And you can stay in the spot 12 months a year. You can stay there for the rest of your life as long as you pay the electric bill and you pay that $1,400 a year. And I think that goes up slightly every year, like everything does, right? The catch is, to buy into this, you have to pay a $10,000. It's $10,000 to buy into it. However, if you change your mind or you pass away there, that $10,000 is returned to either you or your estate. Get that $10,000 back. A little bit of a wrinkle in there is some people make improvements on the site before they vacate it. And what they do is they take the initial value of that improvement, like them have kind of casita-like buildings, but some people insulate them and add things onto it. So they take the initial value of that, also landscaping and things like that, like permanent improvements people make. They take the initial value of that and depreciate it, and when you do your $10,000, it's $10,000 plus the depreciated value of the improvements. And in the video, the woman I interviewed said, I've seen them, it's really tricked out ones, maybe you'll end up paying $15,000. But you will get net depreciated value of that or any improvements you made when you leave. So you get the $10,000 back plus the depreciated value of the improvements that are there, whether you made them or not, right? But if you don't make any and they're there for a long time, the depreciation is going to eat away. So assuming that I've found $10,000, I've given it to them. If you think about the fact that I'm paying, after that have my permanent spot, there's a site that is mine and only mine, and there's a little building that goes with it so I can store stuff there. It is essentially my home base permanently. And after the $10,000 to get into it, I'm just paying $1,400 a year plus whatever utilities. And if I'm not there, then the utilities are going to be pretty cheap. Now, you can allow them to lease out your spot when you're gone for the benefit of the co-op. And you don't get that money back, the co-op gets it, but it's the more people do that and the more income the co-op gets, the less likely it is they're going to be raising that annual $1,400. So it's to the community's benefit to do that, but you don't have to. Also, I asked the question, well, what if I say I'm not going to be here from July to October, and you start, giving my space to people coming through, and I have a change. I've got to get back there. I need my spot back. They said a thing that they disclose to everyone is that they can move your space at any time if the owner needs to come back. So you're covered there. So you can get back to your space anytime, and it's up to you whether or not you allow them to lease it out. The other thing, when comparing this preferred RV resort to that property, there is no pool facility. It's just, there isn't one. There's not a pool. So to some people, that's kind of a big deal. But if you're curious about the details of this and what it looks like, I'm gonna, at the end of the video here, I'm gonna have the almost hour-long video displayed where you can watch that whole thing, take the tour, and pretty much get all your questions answered. And the numbers I've been throwing out, that's in the description of the other video, pretty detailed. And actually, also in the comments, someone raises some questions about the difference between preferred RV resort and the escapees resort, and I give a pretty detailed answer there on what I think the important differences are. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope gave you a lot of good information. Dottie and I are back, and I'm going to end it with Dottie's point of view going back into the trailer, meeting up with George and getting some breakfast. Have a good time. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, I almost forgot. Can you believe I almost forgot? The most important part of the video is thanking you for watching my videos. I really, really am grateful and appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. George gonna be in there? George gonna be in there, Dottie? Huh? George's on the bed. Okay, here you go. Hey, George. Hey, Edie. There's Dottie.